There we go. I think we're set now. Okay. So again, welcome to our second edition of Trek Around and Find Out, our Specialized Dispatch Board edition. Today we're just going to go over our Specialized Dispatch Board and the details of that board to give you guys a little bit better idea about that opportunity. I'm Hannah. I'm one of the recruiters here at Crum. I've been with the company since March of last year, and if you ever have any questions about the company, feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to talk with you about the opportunities that we have.
Hello, I'm Alicia. I am the HR recruiting manager, and I've been with Crum for 10 years. So, like Hannah said, this is our second edition. So, we're going to kind of make it short and sweet. So, a lot of the just general information about Crum, if you're wanting to know more, can be found on the first edition, which is Truck Around and Find Out about Crum Trucking. And for those of you that are watching live, like she said, we do have our generous helper here today who's going to be reading off any questions that come in through the comments. So, all right, I guess we'll go ahead and get started.
So just a little bit about Crum Trucking in general. We're located in Batesville, Indiana, kind of halfway between Cincinnati and Indianapolis, right off of 74. We currently have about 165 drivers, so we're right at that sweet spot where we still get to know everybody's name and we know who you are whenever you walk in. Yeah.
In general, just about like our freight that we haul, we are primarily we do auto parts. It's all dry van trailers. We don't do any like refrigerated or tankers or anything like that. It's pretty much just dry van freight. And like she said, with us being here kind of in the middle of all the big cities, we've got a really big customer base that our president Keith has kind of grown throughout the years of being in business since 1963. So we've got a lot of customers, big name customers, but we're still just kind of here in this small town of Batesville, and that's kind of how we like to keep things, is really just have that small town feel, even though it's been growing, the business just been growing into, like she said, now we have around 165 drivers, so definitely an increase these last couple of years.
So we'll dive right into the Specialized Dispatch Board and go over some of the details of that board. So our hiring area for this opportunity, all of the freight for this board is, it comes out of our customer's location in Columbus, Indiana. All of those loads are preloaded out of that location. So if you can imagine, all of the loads are out of that location, and then they're going to our customer's dealership network, which anywhere that they would have a dealership that could potentially be a delivery location. If you see the map behind us, that just kind of goes over the number listed on each of the states is the number of deliveries that was made in that state over a 6-month period. You can find this on our website too. If you can't see it very well on the screen, it is on our website as well. But that it shows 219 deliveries down to Texas. That's one of our highly traveled areas. Florida, Arizona, the Carolinas. It just kind of is a mix. This might be the current capacity that we've seen, but that could easily change with customer needs, that kind of thing. So drivers on this board, they have to be okay with going pretty well anywhere, and that also includes New York City. We don't have a ton of freight that goes into those areas, but you do have to be okay with potentially having a delivery to go there. The pay on this particular opportunity is our regular weekly minimum is $1,400, but the customer has recently passed along an additional $500 that we are passing along to drivers. So as long as you're available for dispatch and you are you're not turning down any loads, that kind of thing, as long as you are eligible for the $1,400 minimum, you're automatically going to get that $500 bonus.
We have a question from Larry Newby asking about what about the backhaul from the customer?
We'll get to that in just a second, but I'll go ahead and just give you a brief answer. We utilize broker backhauls, but Alicia's going to touch on that in just a little bit.
So basically, I guess I can just jump right into that. So like she said on that map, it shows that's where all of our customer deliveries are. And then we know, basically, our team that's in charge of that specialized dispatch board, we know where you're going to end up, where that final customer location is, and when you're going to be empty. So a lot of times, sometimes it's like before you even get to that customer, we're going to have your backhaul already planned out. So that's what we try to do is, you know, I know a lot of people hear broker and they're like, oh my goodness, but you know, we've got a whole team that works on ultimately trying to have zero wait time for you as the driver. So that way, you know, once you drop that load off, we're already going to have a plan for you to be coming back. Whether, you know, it's going empty for a little while until you get to like that next big hub area to pick something up. The way that the routes are rated, it's already rated round trip, whether we get backhauls or not. So once we get those backhauls, that's just going to be, you know, extra money for us and extra money for you as a driver. So the type of freight on that specialized dispatch board is, you know, finished product forklifts. So we actually have 2 employees of ours that work on the dock at that customer, and what they do is they load, well actually the customer loads the trailers themselves, but the trailers, they are called JTrack Trailers. So they're a specialized trailer, as you can see in the picture, where it's just a dry van trailer that has like the outside boards bumped out and a rail put in so that we can put the little plates in and actually hook up the forklifts to the plate, you know, strap them in, ratchet strap them in so they're secure. So our employees that are on the dock, that's what they do, is they strap in those forklifts and then move the loaded trailer so that the driver just has to come in, pick up the loaded trailer and roll. And then once you get to the customer to deliver, as the driver, you just go in and pop off those ratchet straps and put them in a little box so, you know, we don't lose them. So we keep track of them, and then the customer actually does like the delivery. And you will see some stop pay on that as well. So for kind of helping out and unstrapping those forklifts. So like I said, you can kind of see the pictures below, but we do have a lot more details if it's something that, you know, you're not familiar with, if you're new in the industry on, okay, how that works. We've got lots of informational videos that we can always give you just to give you more information on how that works.
So if we don't have any other questions, we'll go ahead and close out this live. And if anybody has any other questions, feel free to either comment. If you're watching the replay on this, we will go back and answer any questions that come through. So if we didn't cover something that you have a question on, feel free to either comment here and we'll answer, or you can give us a call. You can also email us too. All of our information is on our website. We also do have a couple other different opportunities available other than our specialized dispatch board. If this doesn't sound like something that you're interested in, you might be interested in our years of service dispatch board. You can find information about that on our website as well. And we're always available for anybody who just wants to call and chat with us about any opportunities that we have available too.
All right, well, thank you guys for your time today, and thanks for joining.
Have a good holiday, everybody.